All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very important update for you guys. I want to bring you guys not one, not two, but three gorgeous setups, projects that I think have plenty of upside potential throughout this bull run in this video. So folks, if you like the sound of that, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon notified of new uploads, because with these picks, I'm going to be running through the charts and simplifying and distilling the most important takeaways and letting you guys know what's important here in these pictures and what it would take for us to see bullish continuation and for us to break out and start making crazy moves to the upside. So, folks, without further ado, let's delve into this. One of a channel favorite here is Synthetics SNX here. I like this one for a few reasons. Synthetics SNX is by far the leader in the derivatives niche in crypto. It has the most value locked in its ecosystem compared to its niche competitors. What is derivatives, you may ask? Derivatives are fancy leverage trading instruments where you can essentially create synthetic representations of assets. Okay. Once crypto's to mature, if crypto's to mature as an asset class, eventually the legacy markets are going to bring in the billions and trillions. And they're going to trade on derivatives exchanges. Synthetics is the leader in its niche. I like this thing because I like its fundamentals, leader in its niche. Okay, cool. Now, the chart also looks very interesting because we've had a massive correction. Folks, in a bull market with good projects, corrections and red candles are your friend because it gives you great buying opportunities. We are 40% down from all-time highs. We are forming this very macro descending channel. And folks, if we break out bullishly, this could be the mother bull flag of all bull flags. Folks, do not sleep on synthetics. If we can get above this red trend line and start making new higher highs and higher lows, this thing could really fly if and when we get above this red trend line, and not until that happens. We could very well continue to downtrend, very well continue to correct in the short term, and if we do, hey, potential great buy the dip opportunity. I've highlighted two areas that if we continue to fall down to, I would be looking to dollar cost average my way into this thing. So I've drawn a Fibonacci extension drawn from this bottom to this high. That gives us some support levels that are likely to be relevant. So long look to the upside, we're getting rejected. We might go for a leg down. See, impulse, leg down, impulse, leg down, impulse. We're probably gonna have leg down. So around $15 to $16 is where I would start to look to dollar cost average. We have a fib level right there, and if that doesn't hold, I would be looking to dollar cost average around $13. Although no guarantee that we fall back down that low, but we have the 618 right there acting as support. Those are the two levels I'd be looking to buy the dip on as well. If we zoom in a bit here, we see there's a bunch of volume below, above us here, kind of $17.40. So if you want to see SNX go up, we need to get above $17.40. If we can get above and hold $17.40, we can test this red trend line. If we get above and break above this red trend line and get above $19.20, if we get above that, then folks, we could really fly. What we do is we take the height of our channel, move to the breakout point. That could take us to all-time highs, about $30. More optimistic kind of midterm scenario, I think we take the height of our initial impulse, move to the breakout point. If this is indeed a bull flag, that could take us to around $40, I'd say. So folks, kind of short-term price targets for bullish breakout, $30 and then $40 for synthetics. Keep this thing on your radar. For us to see bullish continuation, we need to get above this volume here. We need to get above this red trend line and hold above it. Also, something else that we need to keep an eye out for to try and gauge when we could see moves to the upside with synthetics is the synthetics Bitcoin pairing. Folks, we move very parabolically, well, very predictably, within kind of this range here. Impulse up, retracement, impulse up, retracement. What can we have next? Possibly an impulse up. Something that we need to look out for is we need to flip this this volume here from resistance into support. So once this thing gets above, I'd say 3.2, could we start making moves to the upside and start impulsing up, especially if we make a higher high above this region? I think so, and that would be our cue that synthetics is ready to break out. Folks, that's my number one pick. If you like this so far, again, do me that favor, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, share, and just click on every link in the description, and I'll be a happy camper. Now, folks, moving on, a low cap gem that I cannot stop shilling because I'm so bullish on this thing long term. You guys have to stay tuned to this channel. You got to hit that like button for this one because I want to talk about Decentr DEC. This is a low cap gem. Last time I checked, it was somewhere within the mid $20 million range. This is quite a low cap. What is this thing? Why should you care? Well, maybe some of you have heard of Basic Attention Token. Basic Attention Token is a browser that pays you in their native cryptocurrency for using their browser. You know, Google, you know, when you use their browser, they steal all your data and they sell it and they pocket the money. Well, now we have browsers out there that are trying to pay you for your data and for using their browsers. You know, Basic Attention Token pays you in their token. And Decentr here is a competitor, a low cap competitor to Basic Attention Token, where you get discounts on products within their marketplace for using their browser. So if you're going to go on YouTube, you're going to answer some emails, do it all through Decentr, and hey, then you'll get some, you know, a discount on your new Apple AirPods or whatever the hell. Okay, folks? Point being, this project, this protocol, this browser aims to give value back to the user for using their protocol. This is revolutionary, folks. These browsers, Google just takes your data, steals it, and sells it, pockets the money. You get nothing. With Decentr, you get discounts on products within their marketplace, within their ecosystem. Essentially a competitor to Basic Attention Token. Basic Attention Token has a market cap of roughly 2.2 billion at the time of recording. This thing has a market cap of mid 20 millions. It's like 25 million or something like that. I'll check on my other screen here, but point being, folks, if this thing gets any kind of traction, Decentr could absolutely start to fly here. I'll check on my phone just so the screen doesn't go away here. But folks, I'm very bullish on this thing long term. We have major catalysts coming with this thing this quarter. We have mainnet launch. We have the browser all coming in quarter two. Quarter two is going to be one of the biggest quarters for this project. Okay, this thing is absolutely ready to explode. In my opinion, the market cap is currently 26 million. Again, its closest competitor is worth 2.2 billion. So if this thing gets anywhere near the kind of traction that BAT got, this thing could absolutely fly. And with some of the biggest catalysts in this project's history happening this quarter, folks, this one should absolutely be on your radar. Another thing you can do, whenever you want to find out, I'll just pull it up here. Whenever you want to find out where to buy something, okay, not because I'm telling you to FOMO into this, all right, you should wait for a pullback, you should do your own research, you shouldn't just buy something just because I mentioned it, but if you do your own research and if you decide you like this, then hey, go ahead. So while my stuff's loading here, go to CoinGecko, go to CoinMarketCap, look up your project, scroll down, it'll tell you where you can buy it, where it's listed. Same with CoinMarketCap. If you go to CoinMarketCap, look up your project, and there's a market section. You click on it, all right, again, it will tell you everywhere it's listed. So folks, go ahead and that's where you find it. So that's what's going on with that. And then just so you guys can visually see it, Basic Attention Token here. All right, it's what is the market cap? It is roughly 2.2 billion. Last time I checked, let's see, my Wi-Fi is slow. 2.1 billion. I lied to you guys. I lied. I'm sorry. It's only 2.124 billion. So that's what's going on with that. Now, talking about the chart, talking about the technicals here. We broke out some of our trend lines here, but formed new resistance trend lines. Okay, so ultimately what we want to look out for is we have long weeks upside. We're having a bit of a pullback here. What I want to see is DEC remain above our breakout point. I want to see us remain above 30 cents. If we can remain above 30 cents, 31 cents, then we're healthy, then we're good. If we start to break below 31 cents, 30 cents, then I think we're no longer short-term bullish. But as long as we remain above, 30 cents, 31 cents, then I think we're short-term bullish. And in fact, I might be looking to buy even more DEC at around 31 cents here, around this green buy zone for me. Now, let's say you want to play this much safer. Let's say you want to be more conservative. Then I would wait to see if we can get above these red trend lines here. Because if we can get above these red trend lines, then we're just completely shifting the lower highs and lower lows that we've been having. We're now making higher highs and higher lows. And if you get above these red trend lines, that will be confirmation of further continuation. And if we can get above this fib level and resistance zone of 39.40 cents, this thing gets above and holds 40 cents, gets above that volume, we could absolutely be flying here, folks. Now, something we can do, take the height of our, ascending triangle here. Hold on, I got this. Take the height of our descending triangle here, move it to the breakout point, and what could we do? Could this thing get to 63 cents? I think so. And if we get there, could we retest all-time highs? I think so. Very bullish on this thing long term. I wouldn't be surprised if over the long term, this thing got into the dollar ranges. So something to keep in mind here, this thing also has a much lower supply than Basic Attention Token. Let's take a look at some of the tokenomics and some of the roadmap. So what's happening in Q2? They have Tor integration. They have an inbuilt VPN. inbuilt ad blocker, standalone beta browser for Windows, and mainnet launch all happening this quarter. Next quarter, quarter 3, mainnet validators and delegated staking, full browser release for Windows and Mac, D-Wallet native and ERC20 integration. So they have a native wallet to plug into their ecosystem that one day could be used for buying and selling things in their marketplace. Very bullish on this thing long term. This thing has nothing but bullish catalysts ahead of it. So if you're looking to, buy the rumor and sell the news, we got plenty of catalysts in the upcoming quarters to potentially take some profits on. So folks, as well, taking a look here at the token supply. The next token unlock will be October 2021, which is exactly when I plan on taking profits. So great buy the rumor, sell the news opportunity. Let's take a look here at our supply. So total supply of, I believe it's 1 billion. 400 million is locked up forever. 180 is locked up for 18 years. 70 million is locked up for 2.5 years, and 70 million is locked up for 3 years. So the actual circulating supply of DEC here is something like 74 million total supply. And if we take a look here at basic attention token, it's 1.5 billion. So Decentr has even better tokenomics than BAT there. I think yeah, look at this, 73 million circulating supply. Basic attention token, 1.3 billion. So not only is this a lower market cap coin that's bringing more functionality in the basic attention token with giant bullish catalysts ahead of it that's breaking out bullishly, but it even has better tokenomics, a better supply. And the next token unlock is October 2021 when I plan on selling. So folks, I mean, enough said. That's all I have to say about this. If you guys haven't, if you're not convinced at this point, then I don't know what you're doing. All right, moving on here. Kusama, KSM. Folks, another channel favorite here, Kusama. I like this thing a lot. So what is this thing? Why should you care? For those who don't know, Kusama is essentially a fork of Polkadot. It's the canary chain of the Polkadot ecosystem. It's a layer on top of Polkadot. So the way the Polkadot ecosystem works is that projects that want to be interoperable and scalable within its ecosystem need a parachain or a paired thread. And the only way you get that is by staking Polkadot or Kusama and locking it up for extended periods of time. So I love the Polkadot ecosystem because with Polkadot and Kusama, there's built-in buying pressure and built-in lockups for a long time. And what does that do when there's built-in high demand and that supply is locked up for extended periods of time? Price go up. Not a guarantee, not financial advice over the long term. So we have parachains auctions happening very soon. Nobody knows for sure, but the rumor mill is saying within a month or two, parachain auctions are going to start, which means in a month or two, vast quantities of Polkadot and Kusama are going to start being locked up for a long time, for years. So I'm very, very bullish on Polkadot, but I'm even more bullish on Kusama because Kusama is a lower cap, lower supply version of Polkadot, so thus has potentially a higher return on investment potential. I really like Kusama. We're forming this descending channel here. We're breaking out bullishly, although we're seemingly getting rejected. We don't have a lot of strength here in the short term. Ultimately, what I would like to see for this thing, to see bullish continuation, I want to see us get above 455, really 460. Once we can hold above 460, get above this cluster volume, I think this is ready to retest all-time highs. Now, let's say we continue to find a rejection. Where could we go to? I think we're going to retest the breakout point at around 415. I want us to hold 415. If we start to break below 415, 410, break below the breakout point, then I start to get worried that this is no longer short-term bullish. But then, hey, great buy the dip opportunity, right? This is long-term bullish. So if we're not short-term bullish, then the market is presenting you a great buy the dip opportunity. So where would I start buying the dip if we can't hold the breakout point? Well, I would start to say somewhere here at about 400. There's a little bit of nice peak in volume here. We have one of our fid levels is nearby there. That is where we wick down to. So actually, let me be a little bit more accurate here. So I would say, honestly, the approach I would take is just literally buy the dip on any kind of substantial dip. But really, what I would say here is if this doesn't hold, then we're probably retesting this right here. I'll show you guys in real time. Something like this, just based off a few wicks. So where did we find our support when we broke down? Let's zoom in a bit more. You guys probably can't see that. So we broke down a few times, and we kept finding support at around 380. You see 380 here was continually a support level. So we have a lot of wicks and candles reacting off this region. So this region is where I would start to dollar cost average my way into this thing, because whenever you're looking at dollar cost average, just try and find a very reactive level. Like, where does price always react off of? And that's the market telling you that level's important. So I would start to DCA in there, and then on our 382 fib level, just above 360. So around, you know, the 380 cluster and then the 360 cluster is where I would be looking to DCA into Kusama if we break down, and those levels are likely if we cannot hold above the breakout point of 415. So that's what I'm looking out for with Kusama. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this year, end of the bull run, Kusama is in the several thousands, $1,000-$2,000. I think for Kusama, over the long term, you know, next 5 or 6 months, something like that is, you know, realistic. But I'm looking to sell based off time frames, not so much specific arbitrary price targets. And something else we can keep in mind here is the Kusama Bitcoin pairing. Folks, we're forming a very similar pattern. Okay, we're in this descending channel, we're breaking out bullishly, we're above volume. What I want to see with this thing is I want to see us remain above this volume. As long as you remain above 7350 or 740 here, I think we're good. If we remain above this, start making moves to the upside, that's our cue that Kusama is ready to break out bullishly on the Kusama Bitcoin pairing. As long as we remain above this volume, we're good. If we break below that, no longer short-term bullish, and thus the market has given us a great buy the dip opportunity on a fundamentally long-term strong project. Folks, these are my thoughts. If you like this video, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. If you want to gain access to the low cap gems that we're looking at before we talk about it on the channel, become a VIP Discord member. You get access through our Patreon. Link for everything is down in the description below. Decentr, one of these low cap gems that I've been talking about on our VIP Discord group, really since forever. I haven't. There's never been a time where I haven't talked about this. Look, I've been talking about this on every substantial dip. So if you guys, want to join our VIP Discord group, you get access to the setups we're looking at, and we've been talking about this thing every time it has a dip. So make sure you check that out as well. Check out our channel sponsor, Atani. Atani is an exchange aggregator. If you're anything like me, you got a bunch of different exchanges with Atani. You can connect all your exchanges and trade throughout your different exchanges through one dashboard. Okay, Atani on their website has tutorials where they very easily and simply explain how to connect your exchanges. Okay, once they're connected, you trade through the Atani dashboard through all your other exchanges. You can trade, I think, up to 20 exchanges. You can trade all through one dashboard. Instead of having to sign into all these different exchanges every time you want to place a trade, you just use Atani. It's a one-stop shop. They have plenty of great features to track your portfolio, set alerts. You can also do TA on Atani, and also it's free, folks. Check out Atani. Link for that is down in the description below. It is free. They do have a paid version, but plenty of their functionality is available absolutely for free. It's an exchange aggregator that we've been using more and more. We highly recommend it as well. Folks, they have a tax form feature. You often have to go out of your way to pay for tax forms in crypto. You have to go out of your way to pay someone. Atani's absolutely free. Look, none of us want to think about taxes, but eventually, if we're all making gains here, we're gonna have to start all thinking about taxes at some point. Atani makes our lives easier because they have a free tax form feature where you can download it. It's one click. Check out their website. Link for everything in the tutorials are all down in the description below. All right, folks, without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.